Hello, viewers, and welcome back to this grim situation. Now, look, you know what I didn't actually notice last time before quitting, and it's really obvious looking at the map now. I can't believe I didn't see it before, but there are no pink territories visible. So either we're about to hit end turn and see that the pink player has been eliminated, or Pink's entire empire exists on islands out in the sea. Anyway, purple sucks. Purple's terrible at the game. A tremendous mechanical advantage, but absolutely horrible at the game. There's a possibility, if we can take purple down, that we can be on somewhat equal footing economically with red and blue, but we have to not die to get there, and I'm afraid, blue having declared war on us, that that's not really going to be an option. For now. Oh, I can't contribute to a siege that's being laid by neutrals. So actually, the AI is using these neutrals as a shield against my far superior siege. I can't even choose to attack the city because it's being sieged by neutrals. They're using these neutrals to make their city invulnerable. That's really frustrating. I do not want to walk all the way around, because I don't want to get into a place where I'm not within a single move of my own city for defensive teleport purposes. Also, one of my marines is not retrofitted all the way. Okay. How far are we from this? I honestly think that I should probably get this going when we finish Imperial funding. We have enough adamantium now that we can afford to make armor with it, and armor made of the holy resource is pretty effective. Our military is going to have to be a little bit more impressive than it currently is if we want to win this. We also need to make sure that, I guess Agai is the only city that's really in danger for blue. I have to make sure that Agai's governor is teched out and that Agai has a standing garrison. Please reactivate. In addition, this. I'm sure we have trade with red that will benefit significantly. And I'm going to go ahead and do this. We have enough emeralds to keep this booster running for quite a long time, and there's no reason not to. Yeah, 109 per turn. That's pretty good. Okay. Looks like we probably have to deal with this. It's just a pair of Dust Guardians. No big deal, right? Well, what is my plan? Okay, pink has not been eliminated. So I think what we're going to find when we discover an offshore landmass is that it's already claimed. That pink is running their empire out of a single region in the sea. Poor guys. I mean, it does explain their score, at least. So, what do I want to do here? I have the option of buying out a marine for next turn. But is it more sensible to save my money? No, I don't think so. Let's do that. I was going to ask if it's more sensible to save my money for more heroes. Try to get all of my cities governed and defended. I think it probably is a good idea to go ahead and equip this hero, though, real quick. I want to do this before the enemies show up, because if the city gets sieged, she won't be able to equip stuff made out of strategic resources. No way to get the resources into the city. Yeah, we'll put that on. Okay. Make her as ready as possible. The standing garrison thing's actually less important than it might otherwise be, due to the fact that we can teleport into the city. So I'm not gonna rush out and engage these guys. I'm gonna let this unit finish. We can stand as far forward in the city as possible. That's beneficial to us. Alright, so we have to... Blue declared war on us, but we haven't actually seen any blue troops yet, and we have to hope that red and blue are at each other's throats. Actually, we don't have to hope. We can maybe have some influence on that. One of my cities is under siege. Hey, look, some blue guys showed up. So what do we have here? We have an army with 100 million guys. Okay. This guy's got in there fast. I'm curious about something. Let's reload the autosave from the beginning of the turn here. I'm curious about whether I have a chance of standing. My suspicion is that Blue's incursion might be the end of our game. And if that's the case, we'll just start a new one up, obviously. This Mezari on Endless series runs until I get a win. That's how I'm doing this. I've decided. So I want to see if we have a chance of holding up against Blue with the full army. So we're going to teleport over there. We're at a little bit of a disadvantage here because it's kind of disorienting. There we go. Okay, I think they'll probably still decide to attack. Their army is quite large and impressive. Ooh, they have a second army coming. Alright. So, let's talk for a moment about how dangerous a necrophage army is. We do have a little bit of a level advantage in some of our troops are real veterans. I mean, let's have a look at what the actual difference is. This guy has 228 attack, 178 defense. He's level 10. Compared to this guy, 183 attack, 143 defense. It's actually, you can see, it's a lot. It's a significant amount of extra value. 409 health compared to 282 health. So, veterancy does matter. Troops surviving is a good thing. So how dangerous is this army? Well, you can see that many of his troops, almost all of his troops, have over 600 health. And we can use this cliff face to our advantage, but not nearly as effectively as we could against blue, or against purple, because blue has numerous flying units. These guys fly. And then also he has ranged units, and that army of 6 that we saw over here was also composed largely of flying units. So elevation changes are a lot less helpful against flyers. This is awkward. There's exactly enough spaces on this side of the cliff face to stand my guys, but we have to fill up this reinforcement flag. Do this, okay. So, only 122 defense. They're actually, yeah, their defenses are not totally mind-blowing. We should get reasonable damage off on them, but they're all faster than we are, and that's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt a lot. So what do I think is gonna happen here motion-wise? The Tedikays in the back, it's gonna be a couple of turns before they actually contribute to the battle. These melee troops are gonna be largely useless. Our primary threat right now is the flyers. Alright, yeah, this guy. This. Do that. Yeah, there you go. Alright, here goes nothing. Actually, that Tedeke is going to be able to attack next turn. The other one's going to take another turn. Also, I have no idea how to pronounce the name of that troop, and if you have any, evidence of how it's supposed to be pronounced, please do share that. I'd love to not sound like an idiot. Just doing it wrong all the time. Oh man, our damage is fine. They just have so much health. Ooh, 0. Yeah, this one's in the woods. Wow, it only has actually it only has 140 defense. This hero's just low level and bad at fighting. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna have her drop a buff just because it's gonna be a way better use of her time than attacking with her low attack value. Alright, let's focus up on the flyers first. We're gonna do the same thing we did last time with the militia, just corking, trying to prevent the melee troops from getting to us. It won't last long, but every turn that our archers is alive, every turn that our archers are alive is a big win for us. And again, I'd like to outline, we are having a tremendously lucky set of battles here. It is not... Oh, is this not... Oh yeah, there's not a wall on this, this part of this hex. Okay. That's something I could maybe have noticed. Okay, so this corking thing's not actually going to work then. Because we would have had to run the cork a little more central. Well, in that case, yeah. Be aggressive. We still get to abuse a bottleneck, it's just not quite as powerful. Yeah, okay. But what I was saying is, it's gonna only be very rarely the case that we're gonna have terrain that is so advantageous to us. We cannot expect to get this in future plays, so we have to be cognizant of the fact that in the future we're probably going to have much more difficult wars to fight. Ouch. Come on, guys, step it up with the damage here. There you go. Unfortunately, we do know that they have another full-size army very nearby. Well, that guy's dead when their hero takes his turn. Oh, 170 damage. Not bad. That was one of our really high-level guys, sadly. Had I realized that there was a hole here, I would have, you know, arranged my men differently. I feel pretty bad about that. It was a big mistake. A big, expensive type mistake. Now you can... And I haven't really here, although I do think it's important to in the future. You can construct buildings that give your units extra XP when they're trained. We have it here largely due to the fact that we just are behind economically. We haven't really had time for anything that wasn't, oh my god, survive right now. But we should definitely be doing that in the future because we're definitely going to have to conduct a lot of war. There's not going to be any peaceful victories on Endless, I think. The AI will sense our weakness and will challenge us. I really don't think we need to focus on the hero. He's not actually that much more dangerous than their basic units, it looks like. And it doesn't help us very much to weaken the hero but leave the army alive. So, did we lose 3 Marines in addition to both of the militia? It's an expensive battle. It's far more expensive for them than it is for us, but they can afford it. Oh wait, she actually gained 2 levels there. You also leveled. Plus more attack. Alright, so... Marines, please. You just started, so we can't afford to buy you out. These aren't even upgraded Marines. Well, we gotta take what we can get here. Teleport them over with the quickness. This actually probably also needs to be... I can't start training Marines because they require too much dust. Alright, we'll do this, and at the start of next turn, we will begin to train Marines. You know what? We'll just put this guy on auto-explore. We don't need to micro him. Well, I'm not super sanguine about our ability to hold off blue. We can continue to conduct combat in advantageous terrain. Oh. Well, that's not very good. Jesus. There are an awful lot of Teddycase around for all the factions to absorb. I don't think there's any way to hold this city. Unfortunately, Skyen is just sort of on a plain, a flat plain, and yeah. I think this is the best we can do. Take advantage of the forest and wall up together to minimize the number of attacks we can endure each turn. Uh-oh. Never mind, we're never going to get to move in the first place. Shit. Well... that's the end of that, done. It does take these Yotus guys forever to get into position. So Blue's army is larger than I was thinking it might be. We saw... Actually, I should have known that. I'm pretty sure that Blue got the award for having 30 units in their army like 600 turns ago, so... Well, we did 101 damage to one of those units. Alright, I think we can probably scoop out here. Blue's gonna devour us. We were able to hold our own against Purple because Purple made a lot of bad decisions, did not upgrade their troops, produced curious army compositions, and relied heavily on eyeless ones, which are absolutely horrible units. Blue has not made those same mistakes. Blue's army is upgraded, reasonably high level, not as high as our veterans, but higher than fresh troops. And I think that we're not going to be able to stand against Blue. So I'm going to go ahead and take this, call this a loss. We're going to scoop out here. The game's going to say cowardice, but it's not cowardice. I didn't leave the game. I lost. I just didn't want to play out the rest of the streak there. We're going to get right back into it. So I will say, there were some concerns about runaway AIs. I'm less concerned about that now. It doesn't seem like the AI actually makes any better decisions on Endless than they do on Impossible. So I think we should be able to contain AI as long as we play well. It does mean that I have to make better decisions, and also that we had to hope for a better start. That was a terrible, terrible starting position. The fact that we had such a horrible start and we were in the game for so long is very heartening. It gives me some real hope. I wish there was music on the loading screen. So, do I want to do a Broken Lord style timing push as soon as we get Holy Resource and upgrade Tier 2 weapons? Do we want to just push someone down? I think the answer to that question actually depends on the terrain. Let's see here. So, new game. Welcome. Hey, 10 wine to start out with. Out of curiosity. Activate 4 luxury boosters to get 130 wine. That is something that I have great personal interest in. Okay, wow. This region is dense with anomalies. This is interesting. Okay, so, obviously the first thing that jumps out is the fact that there is a space right here that gets 3 anomalies, one strategic resource space, which has an extra point of resource on it, and 6 of the 7 starting hexes have science, which means that they have an extra point of resources on them. But this space has no industry. There's only 3 points of industry in our starting city, and only 6 dust. Sorry, 8 dust, because I can count. I was like, first of all, I wasn't looking at this. I was like, 5 plus 1 plus 1. That's 6, right? But before we make any decisions, hold on. Let's just get the lay of the land a little more thoroughly. So we have spice. That's interesting. It's not a very large region. Okay. This is a little bit more promising. 8 industry instead of 3. We do have 1 less science hex if we place here. And our city doesn't have a really obvious triangle just because the shape of the area is weird. But we could do a kind of a snaky thing and try to get out here to get more. Yeah. So this space has 8 industry, which is fine, not amazing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 dust, but it has a lot of food and a lot of science. I think this is our hex. So I'm going to split the hero off in this direction. Already, I feel like this is a much, much better start. I don't know why it started scrolled down. I was like, wait a second, can I not build a Founders Memorial? Ugh. Brutal. Alright, what's our starting tribe? Gorin. Not terribly compelling. Alright. We have enough science that we're going to get a couple of techs finished real quickly here, so Mill Foundry can wait, because I wouldn't build it until after the Founders Memorial anyway, probably. But, I have to say, that's a really strong starting tile for a city. That city has great potential for growth, both population-wise and land-wise. We'll just tear through this real quickly, because at this point you guys have seen this already. But they call themselves Vaulters. They found me scorched and blackened in an ancient cavern that their people had long forgotten. So our hero is, I'm pretty sure, I forgot to check, I said I was going to check. I forgot to check, but I'm pretty sure that this guy, Opbot, is in fact a character from Dungeon of the Endless. He was on the ship that crash-landed many, many generations ago. We have to pacify at least one village of a minor faction and then assimilate them. We'll have Parlay up, you know, real soon here, so... Let's go hunting for future territory. Okay, glass steel, not what I was looking for. I want dust. I wanna rush by some of these early buildings. Okay, that's a good start. Let's parlay. Gift 10 spices. Okay, that's something we can actually do. So I'm pleased about that. Bring 10 titanium to these haunts. We'll see. Oh, there's a cliff here. It's sometimes difficult to see cliffs that are on a region border. Alright. So we'll rush build that just in time to finish Mill Foundry tech. Okay, so it's not super important for us to pick up building technology right this second. But we have a couple of things that we'd like to get built. So let's get the mercenary market tech online. I know I'm delaying my alchemist furnace a little bit, and I don't know how wise that is, but I think we want to pick all these things up, so let's do that. I want to be fairly aggressive in fetching minor faction quests. Try to find some stuff that is easily completable and has interesting rewards. Wow, we've missed on a lot of ruins so far. That's really pretty rough. I would love to find some more dust. We could get this mill foundry out. Alright. That's a good start. Okay, so the shape of this area is kind of interesting. If we can take this region and this region, it might buy us these two for free. We might not have to rush to them. Something worth considering. I think we want to potentially find dust here more than we want to talk to those guys. Okay, this we might get for free. 10 Titan Bones would be really handy at this point in the game. How expensive is it going to be to finish this? We're going to have to wait like 2 turns probably before that's cheap enough for us to buy out. Unless we get a ton of dust right here. I got a quest. I got Lust for Loot. That's not a bad quest. Lust for Loot can be very powerful sometimes. Looks like we're gonna have to actually walk around this side, which makes talking to these guys a little awkward. Okay, 30 dust, actually. Like last time, this is gonna be a military hero. That might have pushed us up. Yep. And look at that, our population's actually growing this game. I'm not sure that I actually want to meet Blue. I don't know that it's beneficial for us to say hello to the neighbors. Travel to the Goran village with only a hero in your army and earn their respect by defeating the army of a Goran alpha male. Oh, I'm dumb. We should have used this wine a long time ago. 'Cause, yeah. I'm just, like, choosing not to make all the science and stuff that I'm entitled to. Alright, we're gonna step out of our way for a second here. Alright. Bring back 3 minor faction units. That's probably not happening. Not because I think it's not worth doing, or because it's terribly difficult, but just because I think there's a good chance this city will be, or this village will be wiped out before we could possibly do that. Alright, we're getting some really good ruins hits now. I'm pretty happy about that. This region's very pretty. Alright, let's get... what was it? Quick... My mouse is doing this thing lately where it's right-clicking twice sometimes when I right-click. Damn it. And when the thing opens up and closes immediately, that's what's happening. It's reading 2 right-clicks. We're getting so much XP for our hero. This guy's gonna sweep up here. We've gotten a little bit lucky in that it's been very easy for us to take good paths while we're running around. We're getting a lot of territory revealed efficiently, which is important. Okay, 20 influence is waiting for us back home. And we found 5 more glasssteel, which is enough to declare glasssteel the holy resource and also get a dust boost for a little bit. So if we find enough luxuries for 1 more booster, we'll be able to claim this. And I hope we get there. So, now the question is, do I want to try for a museum? Because if I want to try for a museum, a quick museum, then I don't want to research, then I don't want to spend for a booster. We have a fair amount of population and a fair amount of industry. If I move everybody over here and put this up first, here's what we're going to do. We're going to finish the public library, and we're going to let another citizen be born, and then we'll swap everybody over. And I am going to go for it, because it would be really cool to have. And as we saw last game, the AI doesn't always prioritize it. Sometimes you can get it even quite late. So I think this army is actually going to head back home. We're going to try to get... We're going to use a reassign to get this ruin for Lust for Loot. Which means that our hero can afford to explore down here a little bit. But we're making a lot of resources, we're getting a lot of intel. It looks like Blue's on 2 regions already. They probably start with a settler. I bet on Endless they start with a settler. I should really look it up, actually. I should know exactly what I'm playing against. Keep searching these ruins. Colonize this region. Okay, that's not too bad. We might be able to get this one. Colonize the region and then produce 3 influence for a couple of turns, and when you do that, you get you get your quest completion. So that might be the thing we do to move our faction quest. And Silixir, yes, awesome. Let me do this, just so that I'm sure that we get it before anybody else does. 130 wine. And the Titan Bone booster is actually super relevant. This is going to help a lot with Yapali. So actually, it looks like next turn I'll be able to move everybody onto industry without affecting the birth rate. Okay, another ruin to search before I warp back. I think it might be time to group our army back up. Neutrals are going to spawn in like 6 or 7 turns. Somebody moved into Era 2 already. That's to be expected. Okay, so a citizen will be born and immediately added to industry. It was totally worth delaying the move over to get the extra citizen, because the extra for industry over a couple extra turns is gonna outweigh what we lost. Alright, so we get to search this ruin, and in it find 10 more wine. We have all of the wine ever. Pop our hero back here. Search this for lust, so we get that, and then... Okay. Pretty fantastic. Actually, wait, did that say it was going to give us spices? Alright, we'll use those to pacify the Gorin. Things are going alright. Things are going well so far. We are delaying our second region. Okay. Yeah, we're delaying our second region by building this museum, because that's what I would be building right now as a settler, or at least in the next couple of turns. So these guys are going to move to the ruin to search it, and then these guys are going to move over to the Gorin village. And the hope is that I will be able to pacify the Gorin village before it would spawn its first neutral army. And I think that we're good. I think that we're there. Double right clicks. Alright, spices and gold. Pretty great. Our hero has gained significant levels from hitting all those ruins, which is pretty fantastic. And we can parlay with these guys, see if their quest is easy. Kill some monsters. Alright, well, we'll see. Alright, I hope that I'm not glossing over my decision making too much. If you ever have questions about why I do things in a particular way or anything like that, do feel free to leave them in the comments. I do read all the comments and stuff. I know I say that all the time. But it's true. I do read all the comments and stuff, so feel free to ask questions there. And by the way, I built the museum on top of the glass steel deposit, so when it completes, we'll have glass steel coming in. That's part of the reason that I wanted to do this the way that I did it. So we have a pretty good overview of the land around our capital. We can start to make some decisions about settling. We should parlay with these guys. And these guys, why not? So what would it cost us? It would be 30 to assimilate these guys right now. We'll still have enough for... Yeah, I'm gonna do it. We'll still have enough for a single level 1 Empire plan. I could have waited and gone for a level 2 Empire, or 2 level 1 Empire plans, but I think it's worthwhile to get our faction quest rolling. Get some of those rewards. Alright, are we, we are 1 tech away. I'm gonna pick up Geomic Labs, I think. We didn't end up using Dawn Officers at all last time, and I think that might be the case again here. We got 15 titanium, which is cool. Build strategic resource extractors. Of course, means we need to settle. We can't build 2 extractors in our home region. I believe that when we build this here, it will build an extractor within the city, and that'll count. We'll see if that's true or not. It'll be a good thing to know at the very least. Yeah, blue's already starting to consume. Locate some delvers and kill them for spices. Okay, that's intriguing. These delvers. Delvers are not weak, but they are slow. I'm not going to make this the holy resource because I'm feeling very greedy. Keep that wine booster rolling. I want to keep us fervent. I'm very greedy, and I think there's some chance that I can get the industrial megapole, basically. Okay, our neighbor can't declare war on us. That's very interesting. What did we get there? 10 die. Oh, now that's interesting. Do I want to pop that now? I guess there's no sense in waiting. Since it was only 10, we won't be able to use it if we wait for a second city, and we won't have, we won't really have a use for... we won't really have more influence income anytime soon, so there's no point in holding it, I think. I think I am, in fact, going to merge my army up and try to take out these delvers. Now, the AI does prioritize the megapole pretty highly, so if anybody else has the ability to build it, we probably can't get it. Oh, never mind. Blue just ate the village that gave us the quest. Oh well. Alright, well, that being the case, let's go pearl hunting instead. But I want to gather everybody up, because now we're going to start to see minor faction spawns. I don't want my army running around solo. Okay, it won't actually take long to build the settler, it looks like. Hey, big turn. Alright, well, obviously, alchemical alloys. So we have to decide now what we want to do with this settler. So let's have a think here. Glass steel is our initial resource. Actually, let's look at our faction quest and see if that did count. It did, okay. Oh, we should still do this. We'll get enough dye to use a booster when we have 2 cities. Yeah. I should head over there and fight those guys. Fight their alpha male. Well, maybe I should let the let the weapons research finish first. So, where would we settle? So it can be beneficial to us. Ooh. Maybe I need to settle Malk just to make clear to Blue that they can't. Oh, here's purple too. Shit. Okay, if we settle Malk and Brahma, that'll secure us an army, a nation of a reasonable size. Since the AI won't bother to settle back here, I think. Alright, so we need to produce another settler after this settler, is my feeling. We just need to take those regions right now. We may not be on track to go for the megapole after all. So yeah, there's something to be said for settling a region that has the same luxury or the same strategic resource, and then it helps you gear your troops up faster. Obviously, settling the other resource lets you have access to the full range of buildings. If we're building a city in Malk, let's have a look at the territory real quick. Something like this is not a terrible place. We get the extra point of resources from the titanium. This is still only 3 industry, though. It's a little awkward to identify the outputs of tiles during the winter because, you know, they're losing payouts from it being winter. But it doesn't affect industry. The first winter does not by default affect industry, so all these industry numbers are the real thing. Basically, my choices are found here for food and science, or found here for food and industry. I think we have to... Well, if I found here, if I'm okay going low industry, then I think this is the better found, because at least this spot has dust from the anomalies. This is not close enough to the capital for them to contribute to each other's defense. But yeah, I think it would be this tile here, probably. I don't think it's worth settling down here. You get no dust and no industry. It's just going to be awkward to build things in that city. And then in this region, Brahma. There's a lot of region down here, but if we build our city down here, it's actually going to be really awkward to defend. And also, it looks like there's only 2 anomalies in the whole region, and they're right here. So it honestly might be best just to build on top of this anomaly and accept that this city is never going to be great in size. I think that's the right thing to do. So here and here. Yeah. Seems good. Alright. Obviously. Why does this settler keep getting further away from being finished? I'm gonna buy that out. I think that makes sense. Oh, the Titan Bones ended. Well, that has something to do with it. So, do I want to wait for weapons tech before I go fight that Gorin? Probably. I guess we'll just chill here. We'll escort the settler. Alright, it's going to take a depressingly long time to finish that second settler. Somebody else got to Visionary Leader. That was gonna happen. It's pretty tricky, actually, to get Visionary Leader. Yeah, I think buying out the Empire Mint was the right play. Actually, I think we're gonna walk down here and take this first. They'll settle about the same time. Oh good, Kazanji, hooray. This is maybe foolish, but I am gonna go for the Megapole. I apologize if somebody in the viewing public is screaming, "No, you fool!" But I think it's worthwhile. I think if we get it, it will be very valuable to us. So let's start researching other cool stuff. This is cool. It's gonna be a little while before we can build alchemy workshops, so as much as I want that, it's not gonna be a right now sort of thing. Actually, I want armor tech. The tier 1 and 2 strategic resource armors are actually pretty close in function to the iron equivalents, but we do have bonus stats from our holy resource. I don't know. Let's get Imperial Highways finished, and then I'll worry about the future in the future. Alright. We don't have access to our teleporter yet, sadly. Did I parlay with these guys? There we go. Apparently I had not yet parlayed with them. Alright, let's... Man, that's a lot of dust. I don't think we're going to do that. Well, there are 3 villages. It might actually be easy enough to... to pacify them. Obviously, I would build the Megapole here to expand us onto another anomaly, and then this won't be too hard to make level 2. We don't have to build 2 more districts. It's ambitious. So we're actually going to have a pretty poor population in the city in a second. Poor enough that I think buying seed storage is going to be... Well, actually it doesn't matter. Yeah, it does. It does. I think that might be the next thing we're doing with our dust. Is buying seed storage up. Do I want to just put it in front of the Megapole? Because you can see, we're going to get a birth not too long from now. Yeah. Let's get our population going. So yeah, we're not going to give the Kazanji the dust they're asking for. At least not right this second. Oh, I walked down here without actually planning the route all the way. Yeah, we're gonna need that wine booster to keep rolling. We are gonna want the Titan research, probably. The army is going to be more functional if we have some infantry to block for the archers. That's your orders. Okay, so what will this cost us? 35 dust slows down. Oh, right, we don't own this region yet. I can't do that here. 35 dust slows down the... Oh no, we're not buying the seed storage. Never mind. Yeah, I'll do that, and then I'll go fight those Gorons, get the influence. Oh, that booster's only enough to run... if I plant my third city, I won't be able to use it. And actually, we should use this right now as well, for the same reason. This is not a good assimilation. We did that for the quest, but it will be changing shortly. Yeah, I may be delaying the placement of this city, actually. Which means that my hero needs to swing through the home territory. Okay, so here we will assign this, and I guess it makes sense to put all this stuff on too. How expensive is this? Pretty expensive. Never mind. We'll just do this for now. Oh no, haunts! Okay, so we'll probably have a couple citizens born during the construction of the megapole. It won't actually take 23 turns. That'll get cut down. Alright. We're going to get the die. I'm doing this. Pop a die booster. Oh no! Okay, yes, please. Step away. Wait, I thought this was a one-turn move. I thought this space... It told me that this space would be where I move to next. Yeah. Alright, well. That's annoying. This is also annoying. Alright, we're going to try something. I think he'll survive if he has to run away one more time. He lost 15 hit points there. So we're going to actually have him stand perfectly still. I'm going to try to do this quest, use the booster, then plant the city. But I will just reload the save if retreating turns out to have killed him. Because that would be a silly way to lose a unit. Alright, and then over here we need the big 4 of growth. So we want to detach our leader, have our leader engage this. Oh, we do get to bring on our outside army as reinforcements? That's a little silly. Okay, I was right. Retreating does not quite kill him. And then we do this. He gets to move 4. So he gets to hit the units coming out of the reinforcement flags no matter what. There's no point in trying to position my hero so that she's unassailable, because he'll just hit one of the Marines. Okay. So we got the booster. We activate the booster. And now we plant the city that would have made the booster unactivatable. Okay. How is this possible? He croaks. It's as though you had more warriors than I counted. Okay, apparently that's how you're supposed to do it. The quest text makes specific mention of your cheating tactics. That's pretty funny, actually. Alright, well. We're going to have to buy this out because the city has actual no industry. Fortunately, we'll be able to do it next turn. We can turn off the resource displays for now. So how is this going? You can see this is on 18 turns now. We cut 4 turns off of it with a birth. There will be another birth in 3 turns, thanks to our seed storage. Are we going to get that? I'm not sure, but I do think that it's worth trying for. You leave me alone, Hans. I don't want to fight you. Yeah, that's right. This isn't your region. Go home. So there's a region with 3 Kazanji villages next to another region with Kazanji in it. That's interesting. I'm not sure who I actually want to have assimilated. I will say, though, that the plus 5% life from these guys is not that great with our archers, since they have such low health values. We do have to come over here and handle these delvers, unfortunately. So let's do that. After this gets built, we need the titanium extractor for this village. This village needs glass steel extractor up. Actually, the glass steel extractor is really important. Let's move that up. Alright. So we'll have our faction quest moving along any moment now. As soon as we get back in the region here, I'm going to see if we can reasonably equip our archers, our marines, with new gear. We have a ton of anomalies in our empire, so that's really great for us. Alright. Marines need better weaponry. Okay. Actually, does our hero... I did not give our hero a new shield. Please, shield up. Okay, so this'll be enough dust that I can't really think about armor just yet. And that being the case, I'm not actually going to attack the Delvers. We're just going to play defense on the city. Alright, in 2 turns we have motion on the faction quest. Oh, I needed to click retrofit. Well, we needed 10.8, and we're actually at exactly 10, it looks like, so... I would have been able to retrofit one of them. Okay, so... That's right, cowardice. It's cowardice o'clock. Let's swap these guys. Yeah. Actually, you can go to here. I don't know where exactly the Delvers will move to, but... Oh, apparently they won't move anywhere, because our militia are actually really getting on top of them. Okay. Change of plans. Bail out the militia. I didn't realize it was going to be an issue. Ouch. 79. Okay, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Yep. Alright, so we have a pretty good economy right now, and I think we want to try to buy some heroes relatively quickly because Blue may ban us from the marketplace at any moment here. Also, we started the game with the ability to build spice extractors, and I still haven't built one. 14 turns is a long time. But it's looking like it's actually going to be 14 turns. We can save up dust to try to clip a couple of turns off of that. My feeling is that we might not get this. Alright, we're gonna pacify these guys by force, I think. Retrofit our units. Since there's only one village of them. Hey, buddy. Listen here. I had all this land before we even met. Don't tell me I'm encroaching. There's a red player right there, too. Alright, apparently there's going to be... Blue's going to feel pinched for land, which means that they're going to take Soth if we don't, and if we do take Soth, they'll be pissy. But they can't declare war on us. So this might be the time for aggressive action, my friends. Actually, this might be the time for ending the video. Jeez, I didn't realize. Do I want to attack these guys right now, or do I want to wait a little while for regen? Well, for regen and for armor. Now let's go for it. I think we can take them. Oh, I didn't think that we were close enough to the city to get reinforcements. Well, that's going to make things a lot easier. So I think I'm going to have these guys hold position for a turn. We're going to let the militia lead. The hero's in range to attack already, of course. Basically, I don't care if the militia die, but I don't want to lose any Marines at this juncture. Okay. Alright, well that was easy enough. So now the question is, do we turn on one of our neighbors? Do we, like, try to take a city from purple right away? I think we're going to research this. Is that what I want? Yeah, I think so. Well, we're going to need this at some point. I like to delay that technology as much as possible because researching it increases your army upkeep costs. But we've delayed enough. Brahma might actually want to start producing troops. It might be time to get aggressive. So, hold on a second. What is it that you get from Delvers again? Plus 5% dust per village. Okay. Well, we only have one such village. Or we will, in the near future, have one such village. That's not terribly compelling. We might actually want to buy off the Kazanji just because there's 3 of their villages, and it's going to be a real pain in the ass to... well, the combat XP from fighting them is valuable, though. They're dangerous, though. They do a lot of damage and they fly. It's hard to use terrain against them. Let's get the next step of the faction quest rolling here. And then I think that that's going to be the end of the video for today. Our hero's getting good XP. Oh, right. At this point in the faction quest, your villages get sieged. Okay. They are unlikely to leave us in peace. Again, it's a Drider. It's a single Drider. We'll just go over there and kill them. That shouldn't be too difficult. Yep, blue took Soth. Alright, well... I'm a little annoyed with myself that I didn't see that coming. Oh, they're sieging the city where we're trying to build a wonder. Hold on, I'm not ending the video just yet. We gotta take care of this. And it shouldn't take very long. Alright, let's kill this one real quick. Once again, we're gonna just make him come to us. We have the high ground. And we shall keep it. Alright, easy enough. Now we gotta take out that Drider. Hate. Filled with hate. Oh, we had a move left, huh? Come on, you. Well, we lost 2 turns on our Mega Pull. I'm not even gonna... It's a Drider. It poses literally no threat. I don't know if it's even possible for a Drider to kill our Marines. Okay, and we've learned the Winter Shelters tech, and now we will have to build a Winter Shelter in Iapoli. Okay. Well, you know, we'll get to it. I swear that. So Iapoli needs to hurry the hell up on this Mega Pull. Our city's getting sieged sucked, and the thing is, that was 100% a thing that I knew was coming, because we just did this faction quest. So it's embarrassing that I allowed that to happen, basically. So we've missed our timing window for the early push. We'll have to think about violence with purple, though. I think I want to try to hold blue. Declaring war on blue would be risky, basically. They founded Soth as far away from the border as possible, which is smart. We have so much border with blue, and blue could be a valuable trading partner. But purple. Purple we might declare war on. It's a nice tight front. It would be really easy to defend against counter pushes. Yeah. Come back next time. We may beef our army up a little bit and go on the warpath. We'll see you then.